AB Vet 76 in my backyard with my No.2 MK4 Star training rifle. This is a 22 long rifle, single shot training rifle. It does not have a 22 caliber magazine, but it does have the shell of a magazine, and I'll show you through the top. There's no follower in there, it's just hollow. And it does drop out like a regular 303 would, number one. And that's to capture the empty cartridges when you pull the bolt back. You can see this gun is in really good condition. Well, there are better ones out there. Has quite a few stock repairs on it. But I think it's seen a lot of use as a battle rifle. It has a unit disc on it that's marked OTC over BSC. You can see that right there. Attributing the gun to the officer's training course at possibly Bedford Common School. This is a really nice example of a 22 training rifle, and one of the examples of the actual rifle used in battle that has been converted to 22 caliber, which, now this is my opinion, makes the person being trained familiar with how the actual weapon works, since everything that would be on the actual weapon is there, but it's chambered in 22 caliber, as you can see there. And you'll see this one does not look like it had a tube slid into it, but it could have. I don't see any indication that this was lined. This looks like it was made as a 22 caliber rifle. Now, I did pull the top wood off. Some of these are dated. I can't get it off at the moment. Alright, I did get the top wood off there. And some of these back, I've seen some of them were dated. I don't recall seeing the date on this one. This is just a mess of stamps and over stamps. It's easier to see in the light. I'll hold the camera still. And it's got this stamping here. Looks like FB8B stamped right there. And then some more British proof stamps and stuff here on the side. But it's interesting to note that this is the standard 303 British #1 rear sight. And I believe there was a chart made for these so that you know what number to set that at for 25 yards, 100 yards, 200 yards. But I don't have that. I'm sure I could look it up. But another interesting thing about these is the bolt head. Get it off of here. You can see that it's been made for rimfire. Looks like it was drilled out. The original firing pin was drilled out and plugged, and then a firing pin put in to make it rimfire. And then another extractor was made to catch the rim of the 22 caliber round. And you'll see there's no spring in here. It's just free floating. It needs some oil. And the original firing pin has been cut off down there, and now it acts as a striker. So it's a bolt action, my nomenclature, bolt action striker fired rim fire 22 caliber training rifle. This rifle, if it could talk, I imagine had quite a bit of history. Now I would think that this has been restocked at some time in its past, because I thought, and I haven't looked this up, that the number ones from the 1917 period of time, as you can see here, it says 1917, and LS, then LS, LSA, COL, and then something there. I think these had volley sights on them at one time. I know I have seen an example that did have remnants of volley sights on it, but this one does not. So I don't know if it was restocked or if this one was made without volley sights. It does have the slot for the magazine cutoff, which I think would be cool to put back in here, and then just cut off the magazine, and you know, if I accidentally dropped the bullet trying to load it, it would be right up here where the magazine cutoff is. I may actually find me a magazine cutoff and put it back in. This one's missing the sling swivel. It was that way when I got it, and I thought sometime in the future I would order this, put sling swivels back on it, and the stacking swivel. But it is all matching. All the numbers match. Bolt numbers match. This number to the barrel, and the nose cap matches. So it is an all matching rifle with a cool piece of history. There's some arsenal repairs, which I find cool. I really like it when they keep these old stocks. So there's a little one there, and then on the bottom there's a whole section, I don't know if it's going to show up or not, right here, that was cut out and replaced here, and that's interesting. And then these British proof marks are just all over the place, and there is a stock number right here. I can't make it out, which tells me this was restocked. That number doesn't match the metal as far as I can tell. It's pretty obliterated, but you know, I will take it out to the range and we'll have fun with it. Okay, everybody, Navy vet out at the range with my Enfield No.2 MK4 Star. I neglected to mention earlier that the rear sight on these has adjustments for windage, which is not something you normally see on your standard 303 British Enfield rifle, which this is actually, that's just been rebarreled for 22 long. I've got it at 25 yards, which I have yet to set up. Unfortunately, I forgot my microphone today. Sound quality will probably suck, so we'll see how it goes. Well, I'm ready to shoot. I believe having the camera close around, you should be able to hear me okay. I forgot the microphone, and oh well, it is what it is. Now I'm using the CCI large rifle, long rifle. Getting primers and bullets confused. So these are normally my go-to bullets I also use CCI mini mags. Sometimes they work better. And then this rifle should be no problem, considering these were originally chambered for 303. And I have no idea where it's going to hit. Usually 5 shots. The bullet drops down into the magazine, which now acts as a case catcher. With all the noise going on around me, I can't actually hear this thing fire. That one did not eject. Extract. Maybe I can get it to, there we go. I don't know about you guys, but I like this training rifles, and some of these to me are just really cool, especially the Enfield. I also have several other training rifles, but to me some of them are just cooler than others. If markings on this were interpreted right, this was used by the Officers Training Corps. And like I said previously, I like the looks of this rifle, the stock, everything. Its history is shown in the details on the stock and the stock repairs and the British proof markings. Some of these, you can pull this handguard off and there'll be a barrel date on there. This one, I couldn't find a date. I do not know when this was converted to 22, and if somebody knows where I could find that mark on here, that'd be great. I can't really see with that look where I'm hitting, so I'm going to grab the scope. And take a look. As soon as I find the target, slightly out of focus. That is shooting 2 inches high from bullseye, and really nice group. So windage looks good. So what I want to do is lower the elevation. It's hard to do. It's locked in. Slide it. Oops, went too far. Kind of gummy. I really need to clean this. So I just dropped the elevation, and it's set at 500 yards. Didn't extract. There we go. That one didn't extract either. Well, hopefully I brought my, nope, I didn't bring my pocket knife. I gotta pick that out. Alright, grab me a rod from the range office and got it out. That's not a problem. And another one. Well, I need to work on that extractor spring a little bit. Looks a little weak and it's not pulling it. Again, not a really big issue. So it was working. I don't want to do this all day long. But that extractor should jump over the rim, catch the rim, and then pull it out. And it's not doing it. Every one of them. Still not a big issue. I think the spring on the extractor might be a little weak. Or it's not getting a good bite. But I can pick it out. Handy little tool to have with you. Crochet needle, crochet hook.
1 minute, ceasefire, 1 minute.
These come in handy. You can pick out a separated case, use them for pry tool, or just kind of nice to have. Now we'll pause the camera and I'll get on range and show you what we got. That's a pretty decent group at 25 yards. Now, if I go out to 50, I doubt I would get that good a group. I want to adjust the sight, the elevation a little bit, so we get some in the bullseye. Well, I think I want to drop it to right about there. Really gummy. I need to get some oil on this. That's too much. It's got indentations in it to lock it in, and then you can run the screw. Unfortunately, there we go. It's a real pain in the butt. Yeah. All right, I dropped it. According to this, I dropped it about 50 yards. Yeah, imagine I'm going kicking the bullets out of the chamber. And I just dropped one in there. Okay. It's a nice way to catch your brass so it's not laying all over the range, and you can just discard it later, which I'll do. Hope I'm not talking too quiet. We'll find out. The problem with the microphone on the telephone is anytime somebody fires, it mutes the mic. When I have my own independent Bluetooth microphone, it doesn't do that. I gotta fix that extractor. And that, it's got a tight chamber in it. I have no idea how old the rebarrel is on this. This gun was made in 1917. But that's when it was chambered in 303.
Everything up here? Good, another place to put things. Sure how you arrange those.
I don't know why the extractor quit working, but there's 5 more downrange. I'm going to take a peek in the scope. Oh, we're in the black. Just need to bring it down just a tad more. All right.
Get your guns out while you can.
Pick one, and it doesn't matter.
What?
We just pick a lane, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I did preload today like I normally do.
I must have had some.
Oh, the flag?
Yeah.
Oh, you find it in your bag?
Oh well.
Yeah, when they saw in the rentals, I thought, oh, okay, those are kind of cool. That's a good idea. I like that idea. When I saw them online,
All right.
they were like really.
There's 10. 2 groups of 5 after elevation changes. We'll see how it is. Obviously, I'm at a public shooting range, so things going on around me. We'll pause and then go down range and look. Well, there you can see it. We started up here, ended up down here. I could dial that in some more. Windage is right on. The 25 yards, this thing looks really good. All right.